give our lives, claim you as King. We are your servants, and before you we bow. With every breath we make this vow. We will live to worship, give you praise with all our heart for all our days. Father, we want to do what you created us to. We will live to worship you. Our every moment is a gift of your grace. We are all yours, now and always. More than just words, oh Lord, the cry of our heart is to let our lives speak of great you are. We will live to worship, give you praise with all our heart for all our days. Father, we want to do what you created us to. We will live to worship you. You are holy, you are worthy. You alone are deserving. You are holy, you are worthy. You alone are deserving. We will live to worship, give you praise with all our hearts for all our days. Father, we want to do what you created us to. We will live to worship you. We will live to worship you. We will live, we will live to worship you. Oh God, so loved the world, He gave His Son. To bear the weight of sin, He bled for us. From heaven's highest place, He took them all. And there was just one life laid down for all. Death is your sting, grave is your victory. He's alive, He's alive, He is risen. Behold the vacant tomb that held our Lord. That grave became the stage for heaven's glory. He's alive. He's alive. He is with us. Death rejoicing. Grave is your victory. He's alive. He's alive. He is with us. The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And I will sing how great is our God. And age to age he stands, and time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one, Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb, oh, the Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And I will sing how great is our God. He is the name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing how great is our God. He is the name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing how great is our God. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And I will sing how great is our God.
So I want to just give a little salute to my mom. I think a lot of you know she's 102, and there isn't anybody here near that. I can just tell right now, looking, you're all much younger. Okay. But anyway, my mom was a great mom. Her firstborn, 5 years older than me, was a smart kid and went on to university and always obeyed the rules, was a good kid and didn't give her any problems. Always A's and a couple B's, just really good kid. And then Rod came along. Yes, that's me. Rod came along, and she had no idea, because back then in the 50s, 60s, you didn't know what ADD, or these attention deficit order type syndromes that kids would have. They didn't know what that was, and that's what I had. And so she went from this near perfect kid to me. And I was so hyperactive. I was just running constantly, running, doing things all the time. She just couldn't control me. I didn't know any different because that's the way life was for me. But I had a great mom who would stand behind me no matter what happened in my life and be for me to make sure that I succeeded. She graduated from Denver University during World War II, where she met my dad during basic training, and a little romance started. And so she moved to California during World War II, and then my brother and I came along later. She started her own business. She ran a letter shop. That's the way they used to call it. Basically, she typed letters for lawyers and did church bulletins and things like that. Even did the governor of California once walked right in unannounced and said, "I hear you can type. I need a letter that needs to be for the town that we lived in," and some kind of thing. And so she did a lot of things like that. But when she saw that my brother and I needed a mother at home, mainly me, because I was so wild, she sold that business after about, I don't know, 8 or 10 years. And to raise her kids and to watch over us. And tell you how wild I was. I was so wild. I was out playing. She wanted me to come home. I don't know why she wanted me to come home, and I refused. I kept running back with my friends down around the corner. So I had I had jean shorts on and underwear, and she tied a rope to a belt loop and then tied it to a limb on the orange tree, and with a little slack so I could run around a little bit. And she gave me some toys, and she said, "Now stay here." So what did Rod do? According to the story, okay, I just slipped right out of those jeans and took off in my underwear. Now, I was probably 4 or 5 at the time. You know, kids do that, right? And wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just playing with my friends, but I was really uncontrollable. And she didn't know what to do with me. And of course, all the mothers back then used to talk a lot, neighborhoods, and they knew each other. And they always giving her advice. But, my mom always believed in me. And she told my brother and I from the time we were little, we were going to college. School counselors told my mother, "Well, Gary's going to college, but Rod, come on, he needs to go to trade school." And she said, "He's going to college." Now, I don't know why she just knew college would change people's lives, I guess. But all through elementary school, she would drag me to remember those dreaded teacher parent conferences. Back in those days, they drug the kid with you, and I had to listen to, "He just won't sit still. He sharpens his pencil over and over. He's always got to go to the bathroom. He does half his homework." Well, I would get bored after answering a few questions. And my mother over and over went those. I went to summer school so many times. I hated summer school because I wanted to be out, running around for, when you're out of school. But yet, I had to go because I was, one time in high school, I got 3 A's and 3 F's in one semester. My A's were in music. You got to guess that. In teacher's aid and PE. You know what the others were in. So I was really struggling. But somewhere in the middle, by the way, this was horrible for my mother to have one kid so well behaved, normal. You could just say normal, and then a kid that no one understood because the doctors didn't know anything. But somehow, right at the beginning of high school, somewhere in the first couple of years, I began to figure myself out, and I began to learn that if I could have 3 workstations, and I didn't even call it workstations in my room, I could do math a little bit, and then I could do English, then I could do science, and I could go play my guitar, and then I could go around and around. And that worked for me. And I began to figure myself out. I remember when I was in college, it was a state college. It wasn't university. Okay, it was state college in Southern Colorado. And I remember when I sent my first grades, my semester grades home, and I had all B's and a couple A's. I thought my mother's going to faint when she sees this, because it was so different than when I was younger like that. Remember the mothers in the neighborhood said, when all the kids were getting guitars back in the late 50s and early 60s, "Well, Rod shouldn't have one. You need to punish him. You shouldn't let him in sports, because if you let him in sport, you've got to discipline him." Well, gosh, if I never played guitar, I wouldn't be Rod. But my mom believed in that. She let me play sports anyway. You know what happened? I was all state in football and got a scholarship to play in Southern Colorado. That's the only reason I got into college. And but from that, I kept working on myself. And then when God called me ministry and I had to get a master's degree, my mother typed all my high school papers, most of my college, not all, and all my seminary papers. If it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be who I am. So I salute mothers all, because you know what? All moms have to do stuff like that at times.
I was born in California, the middle of June, out of form. Doctors said I was lucky to be alive. I've been in trouble since the day that I got here, trouble to the days that I disappear. That'll be the day I finally get it right. There is hope for me, yeah. Because God, He won't forget all the plans He's made for me. I have to wait and see. God's not finished with me yet. I never really was that good in school. I broke the rules and got in trouble. Teachers thought I was a hopeless fool. All right. I don't know how, but I made it through. It's one of those things that I gotta do. I always had a knack for telling the truth. There is hope for me, yeah. Because God won't forget all the plans He's made for me. I have to wait and see. God's not finished with me. Wondering why I'm here, still wrestling with my fears, but oh, He's up to something. And the further on I go, it seems enough to know that I'm not here for nothing. God's up to something. Now it's time to be a man, to follow my heart as far as I can. No telling where I'm ending up tonight. I never slow down, or so it seems. I sing in my heart at all my dreams. I got my guitar and I'm just gonna hold on tight. There is hope for you yet. Because God, He won't forget all the plans He has for you. Just have to wait and see. God's not finished with you yet. God's not finished with you yet. God's not finished with us yet.